Downsizing without debt. How you can buy your next home in cash. Hey everyone, this is David Hittle, your real estate specialist with United Real Estate Louisville. Today I want to dive into a strategy that is gaining traction and for good reason. Downsizing into a smaller home without debt, where homeowners sell, pocket some equity, and use that cash to buy their next home with little or no mortgage. Ooh. It may seem rare these days, but more people are choosing this path. So let's break down why it works, for whom it makes sense, and whether it could be right for you in Louisville. So why is this trend growing? One of the big reasons this is even possible is equity accumulation. Many homeowners who bought during the boom years now have substantial equity built into their homes. So when you sell, that equity can serve as the down payment or even full payment on a smaller, lower cost home. Another driver is desire for simplicity and lower monthly obligations. For some, paying off or avoiding a new mortgage means less stress, more flexibility, and more financial freedom in retirement or in life changes. Finally, market conditions and opportunities. In some areas, home prices remain strong, giving sellers leverage to convert that value into more manageable housing options. So, how does this process work exactly? Here's how someone might approach this. First, you would assess your equity. You can do this with a professional equity assessment report from your real estate specialist. This allows you to know how much of your home's value beyond what you owe is liquid or marketable. Second, you select a target home. Find a property that's smaller, simpler, has lower maintenance, but still meets your needs. Third, we negotiate your sell and buy simultaneously. Timing matters after all. We will coordinate your closing so that the sale with acquiring the new property to minimize your cash gaps. Fourth, you use all your cash or get a minimal mortgage. If your equity covers the purchase, you avoid a typical mortgage entirely, or you might take on a small, low risk mortgage. Five, consider costs carefully, such as closing, taxes, moving expenses, renovation on your new home, or deferred maintenance on your current home. You want your net cash after all costs to still put you ahead. In practice, it takes discipline and planning. Many do this in phases or with contingencies in place so that you do have fallback options. But let's talk about the pros and the cons. The pro, no mortgage payment or a minimal one. Huge relief for cash flow. Flexibility and mobility. You're not tied down by debt. There's less risk in these ever volatile markets and more predictable expenses with fewer surprises. The cons or the risks, you might cash out too much, losing liquidity or emergency reserves. Your downsize may be too little. You still may feel cramped or make compromises. You could miss out on leverage. Mortgages allow you to use less capital to control more property. And then timing risks. If we, not you, but if we misalign your sale and purchase, you may need short term bridging loans or temporary housing. It is not the right strategy for everyone, but for many with strong equity and a clear downsizing goal, it can be powerful. But here are some local considerations to take into effect. How does this translate in Louisville or Jefferson County? If your current home is in a higher priced area and you are thinking of moving to a smaller neighborhood or maybe the suburbs, the equity differential may make this especially viable. Watch how much inventory is available in the right-sized home segment. If supply is tight, your options may narrow. Be mindful of costs, Kentucky's tax rates, condition of homes you're moving to, and local repair or renovation costs should all be factored in. I can help you calculate, if you sell your current home, what your net proceeds might be and what homes you could qualify for in your preferred area, cash or minimal mortgage. So here's what to think about. Downsizing without debt is compelling if the equity is there and the next home is realistic. But don't let your emotions drive you. Run the numbers, understand the costs, and plan timing carefully. Talk to your real estate specialist, your lender, and possibly even a financial advisor or CPA. If you already have a neighborhood in mind, start checking what homes in that segment are selling for so you know what all cash target you are aiming for. Here's the bottom line. You do not have to climb down from a mountain of debt to move to a home that fits better. With smart planning, many homeowners are choosing to downsize into cash, owning their next home outright with no mortgage drag. If you'd like, I can run a downsizing scenario for your own property. I can estimate your equity, identify comparable smaller homes in Jefferson County or elsewhere, and show whether cash buying makes sense now for you. I am David Hittle. I'm your real estate specialist with United Real Estate Louisville. Let's explore whether your next chapter could be free and clear, not just smaller and smarter.